Good, happy Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started. First up, one killed in house explosion in New Boston. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
Provide a service like few others across the United States.
Modified CEMS at Cheshire Medical Center.
We have the equipment and the training to handle life support missions.
We have the landing zone set up in the ball field.
We take care of the most sick and most badly injured patients, and to be able to help those people on a daily basis is incredibly rewarding.
The explosion was so powerful, the house on Foxbury Drive in New Boston pancaked, the second floor collapsing onto the first.
I was above the garage at my house, and all of a sudden, a giant, sounded like an explosion, and it came right up through the foundation. The whole front of the house shook, and I've got like a 100-foot-long house.
Drone footage from a viewer shows the smoke that could be seen for miles. People living near the house, which was under construction, rushed to help and discovered a painter from Nashua. 46-year-old Antonio D'Souza was working inside and was trapped in the basement. An off-duty first responder couldn't reach him quickly. The state fire marshal's office says he died from his injuries.
I believe it was one of the off-duty fire members, as well as a neighbor, heard the explosion and came to the house and were able to converse back and forth with him. So they knew that there was somebody injured inside the house.
Fire and further collapse drove back neighbors as first responders from across the region rushed to the house.
Well, it's a shock. It certainly is a shock and sadness for the families and the people that were involved. I hope no one else was hurt. Houses can be repaired, but, people's lives can't.
And investigators say the propane system in the new house will be part of their investigation. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow to determine exactly how Antonio D'Souza died. Live in the studio, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Rescue crews search for missing kayaker in river. Authorities were searching Tuesday night for a man who failed to return from kayaking trip in the Saugus River. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, Craig Dustin Sir, 72 from Saugus, was last seen around 11 a.m. Tuesday when he departed from the boat ramp near Fox Hill Yacht Club in Saugus. When Dustin didn't return home as planned, his son went to the location. Dustin launched from and saw his father's vehicle still there, promoting him to alert the Coast Guard. A response boat crew from Coast Guard, the Lynn Harbormaster, Massachusetts State Police, Saugus Fire Department, and Police Department, and the Revere Fire Department were all searching for Dustin. Dustin is reported to be in a red and yellow kayak. He is believed to be wearing a life jacket and normally carries his cell phone in a waterproof case. Woman killed in tractor trailer crash, police say. A woman was killed Tuesday night following a two-vehicle crash in Auburn, according to Maine State Police. Police say the woman drove her vehicle into the back of a tractor-trailer while driving on Washington Street, just off the exit to the main turnpike. Moments before the crash, state police said a trooper spotted the woman speeding on the turnpike. The trooper had just flashed his lights on to pull her over when the woman took the exit and crashed. The woman has not been identified, Maine State Police said, and Auburn police are investigating the crash. Stay with us for the latest information on this. Japanese billionaire investor predicts that ICOs will come to dominate fundraising. Regulators and securitizing the new red-hot fundraising trend in which startups and blockchain companies bring in millions of dollars by issues virtual tokens to investors to exchange for money. More than 200 dead after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake strikes Mexico. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
It's really up to you. Well, nobody ever asks us at the hotel reception, do they? But this is exactly what Trivago shows you. Trivago shows you the price the hotel would charge you if you book it directly. And the prices for more than 200 different websites. Trivago just compares. The choice is up to you. Hotel? Trivago.
Was the 32nd anniversary of the historical earthquake of 1985 that killed at least 10,000 of people and destroyed large parts of the country. And as Mexicans were commemorating the dead of this huge earthquake, they had to deal with another one. Right now the city is on pause. No one is working. Everyone is outside in the streets looking for their loved ones, or they're looking for rescue efforts. There is still areas at risk, buildings that are still collapsing little by little. Another big problem is gas leaks. Many businesses had to close their doors because gas leaks is a huge problem right now. As we speak, rescue efforts are going on in the city and in neighboring states like Morelos and Puebla, where dozens of dead were reported. As we speak right now, we are...
Okay, and there you go on some of that report and video. At least 248 people are dead after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocked central Mexico Tuesday afternoon, hitting on the 32nd anniversary of the biggest earthquake to ever strike the country's capital. More than half of the fatalities are in Mexico City, the country's civil defense agency said. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday and see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.